Hi there. It is I, Darth Geekula, aka Rich, aka the Ed Wood of YouTube videos. Just doing a quick Darth's Haul video. Actually, I don't know how quick this will be because I actually have quite an eclectic group, and I use that word incorrectly, I suspect, grouping of toys and assorted geekery that I have hauled. These aren't all new things I've gotten. Just some things that were kind of piling up, and I thought, hey, what better way to spend a Monday evening than showing it on YouTube? Okay, let's get started. Let's look at this first. This is a vintage Battlestar Galactica Cylon Raider. I was in a thrift store, a chain of thrift stores here in Canada called Value Village. It's actually a big corporation, and they run thrift stores, which is kind of like failing successfully or something. Anyway, I found this, and I thought, this looks like a Battlestar Galactica vehicle. And it was. One of the stickers is kind of ripped off. It is missing the canopy, of course. But one of the cool things is it does come with the missiles. If you can see that. I will try not to shoot that down my throat. Actually, I do not think they propel. But anyway, that was kind of cool. I was a big Battlestar Galactica fan. The classic one, not the new one, which had a sexy female Starbuck. I watched the one with the sexy male Starbuck. So there's that. Let's show you this. This is a Kenner Terminator Future Wars figure. Kenner, of course, did the Terminator 2 toy line, which was incredibly inappropriate. But they also did some figures based on, I think it was a theme park ride at Universal, Terminator Future Wars. It's in the same style as all the other Kenner Terminator figures. There's a Doctor Who villain that he looks like. He should have some tubes in his face, and he's missing them all. But he costs like $1. So there you go. I don't collect the vintage Terminator figures yet, but I'm always preparing to waste money on something new. I'm a financial planner that way. Okay. Here's something. Some Chuck Norris and the Karate Commando figures. This is a line that I am actively pursuing. I'm actually a huge Chuck Norris fan, and I don't mean that ironically. So there's the Black Ninja. I don't know if that's his name or not. I probably could have Googled it. But it's definitely from the Chuck Norris line. It is a bad guy. It is a ninja. And here is Chuck Norris in all his glory. This is probably my least favorite Chuck Norris of the line. They made 3 in the Karate Commando line. But I want to get the whole line because, again, it's one of the few Chuck Norris collectibles that are out there. So there you go. Got that on. I did a trade on our my local toy group on Facebook. And in that same transaction, I also got a Gamorrean guard. He's in good shape. I'll need to find his weapon. But there he is. By Return of the Jedi, the sculpting by Kenner on the Star Wars line, really, really well done. There he is. Looking wonderfully pig-faced. So my vintage Star Wars collection continues to grow. And finally, a couple of books. Kids, a book is like an iPhone that you can't actually make a call on, in case you've never heard of a book. A couple of Batman books. I'm about as big a Batman fan as I am a Star Wars fan. So this is just an old kid's book, kind of vintagey. And I dug the cover, so I picked that up. This was also at Value Village. And there's some artwork in there as well. So that's cool. And also, I found this. It's kind of a digest collected. There's a miniseries called The Untold Legends of the Batman. It came out in the 80s. This is that miniseries collected in sort of a digest form, kind of the size of those Archie books that you see a lot in supermarkets. It's black and white, but I've always wanted to read this particular miniseries. and it was kind of cool to find a kind of vintagey collected volume of it. There's the back of it. The front again. Love that artwork. So yeah, this I actually plan on reading before I stow it away in a box somewhere. Anyway, very cool. I think it's Jim Aparo art in this, if I'm not mistaken. But pretty cool. So there you go. A mix of what some, like my significant other, would call junk, but what I call treasure, and was very happy to find it. All right. Well, that's it. And I guess I'll see ya. I didn't press the button right, but now I'm going to press it. See ya!